Have you ever felt gripped by fear? Not because of what is happening, but because of what might happen. That tightness in your chest, that racing mind, the urge to run, even when there's nowhere to go. This is anxiety, and it's not just a feeling. It's a full body, full brain experience. It's not irrational. It's not weakness. It's your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do, but in the wrong context. And the real secret? You can interrupt it. You can reverse it in real time. Today we're going to show you how. But first we need to understand, what is fear really? Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your brain's way of saying, something might go wrong. It's an ancient system. Your ancestors relied on it to escape predators, to survive battles, to anticipate betrayal. The amygdala, the fear center in your brain, lights up before you even realize you're afraid. It bypasses logic. It acts first and thinks later. That racing heart, that tunnel vision, that voice telling you to get out, hide, freeze, or scream, that's survival mode. But here's the catch. In today's world, we're not running from lions. We're running from emails, deadlines, rejection, public speaking, uncertainty, loneliness. Our brain can't tell the difference between a real threat and an imagined one, between being chased by a wolf and being judged in a meeting. It's the same chemical reaction. Cortisol floods your body, your breathing changes, and slowly you lose control. But what if we could change that? Not by suppressing the fear, but by interrupting the loop? Let's be clear. You can't think your way out of fear. Not when you're already in it. Why? Because fear shuts down your prefrontal cortex. The part of your brain responsible for logic, planning, reasoning. It's like trying to solve a puzzle while being chased. So what do? You go below thought. You work with the body, not against it. The first step is simple, but powerful: grounding. Tip: press your feet into the floor. When fear rises, press both feet firmly into the ground. Notice the pressure. Feel the connection. This brings you out of the story in your head and back into the present. Say it aloud or silently. I am here. Repeat it. I am here. I am safe. Even if your brain doesn't believe it yet, your body will start to listen. This is not just a distraction, it's a neurological shift. Now, let's talk breath. When you're anxious, your breath becomes shallow, quick, chaotic. You're feeding the fear. But when you change your breath, you change your brain. Here's a technique that works in the moment. The physiological sigh. It's 2 inhales, 1 slow exhale, like this. Inhale through the nose. Then a second, short inhale on top. Then a long, slow exhale through the mouth. Repeat. Do this 2 or 3 times. That's it. You'll feel the shift. Your heart slows. Your mind begins to open. The panic softens. And you're back in your body. That's the secret. Not pushing fear away, but changing how your body experiences it. Fear doesn't just whisper, it shouts. And worst of all, it lies. It tells you, you can't handle this. Something terrible is about to happen. You're not safe. And you believe it because it sounds urgent, convincing, familiar. But here's the truth. Most of what fear tells you never comes true. It's a projection, a shadow on the wall. Fear is not foresight. It's a prediction engine run by past pain, by old memories, by stories you didn't write, but have kept rereading. To break free, you must do something radical. Talk back. Now that you've grounded your body, now that your breath is no longer betraying you, it's time to face the voice of fear. But instead of obeying it, you're going to do something revolutionary. Challenge it. not with aggression, not with denial, but with clarity. Fear says, "You're not ready." You answer, "Maybe, but I've done harder things before." Fear says, "You can't handle the pain." You reply, "I've already survived worse. I'm still here." Here's the trick. Don't try to erase the voice. That only gives it more power. Instead, turn on the lights. Write down the fear, literally, pen to paper, no filter, let it speak, and then next to it, write your truth, your logic, your evidence, your strength. This is how you separate the reaction from the reality. Fear thrives in ambiguity. It starves in clarity. Let's say the wave has hit. Your heart is pounding. Your thoughts are spiraling. You feel like you're going to lose control. This is where most people get stuck. In the storm, unable to think, wanting it to stop. But what if you could anchor a different response? One that doesn't come from panic, but from practice. Here's how. Pick a physical cue. It could be as simple as placing a hand on your chest, tapping your fingers together, clenching and unclenching your fists, even saying a phrase like, "This is just a moment." Then, while doing it, pair it with deep breathing and a calming visual image. Maybe it's a memory of the ocean, the sound of rain, the warmth of someone you love, a time when you felt truly safe. Do this every time you feel anxiety beginning. Why? Because repetition rewires the brain. Neuroplasticity is real. The more you anchor calm in the midst of chaos, the faster your brain learns, "This is safe. I don't need to panic." You're not weak for feeling fear. You're human, but you're powerful for facing it differently. You don't wait until your house is on fire to install smoke detectors. So why wait until you're overwhelmed to take care of your nervous system? Anxiety isn't just a momentary glitch. It's a pattern, a loop formed over days, months, years. The only way to reverse it is with a new pattern. Here's a 5-minute daily reset ritual to do every morning, or whenever you feel off balance. 1 minute of stillness. Sit. Close your eyes. Let the world slow down. No phone, no input, just be. 2. Breathe reset. 1 minute. Use the physiological sigh. Inhale. Short inhale again. Exhale slowly. Do this 5 times. 3. Emotional check-in. 1 minute. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Don't fix it. Just name it. Naming reduces the threat. 4. Anchoring phrase. 1 minute. Speak an affirmation out loud. I am safe in this moment. Fear is not my future. I have power over how I respond. Repeat slowly. 5. Mini victory preview. 1 minute. Picture one challenge today. And imagine yourself handling it well. Feel the confidence. Let it sink into your nervous system. That's it. 5 minutes, every day, to train your brain that you are not the threat. Let's come back to the truth. Fear is a visitor, a protector, an alarm system, but it is not your identity. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not doomed to live in panic forever. You are a complex system of biology, memory, emotion, and story. And the best news? That system is changeable. Every time you breathe through the fear, every time you ground your feet, every time you talk back to the lie, you're rewiring a part of yourself, not to eliminate fear, but to walk with it, to soften its grip, to make space for life again. And when fear visits again, as it will, you'll know what to say. You don't get to drive, you can sit in the back, but I'm taking the wheel now. Because healing isn't about never being afraid again. It's about no longer running. You are not your fear. You are the one who watches it, and chooses anyway.